have several persons who have signed up for the public participation part of our meeting. Laura Paintner. Is Laura here?
Commissioners, when you drive down the road and you see that a police officer has stopped someone, handcuffed them, and is carrying them off, don't you automatically think that the officer has taken someone off the road who needed to be taken off the road? The majority of law-abiding citizens will think the same way. The person in handcuffs is being arrested for a reason, and normal citizens would not think to reward that arrested person by putting them in a position of supremacy, much less leadership. I'm here tonight because I think all of you commissioners should be reminded that you are not supposed to be acting on your own. You are a representative in a representative government. You are accountable to the voters, who must be law-abiding in order to vote. They have to honor the law. You should honor them. They have to apply the law. You should apply the law. As representatives, you must try and achieve levels above what you would normally reach on your own. You do not have the right to only make decisions based on what you feel like you would do or how you would react on your own. If the voters wanted that, they wouldn't need representation. They could just vote on every single thing imagined. But that's not practical, which is why representative government became popular. And that's why you must not act as you would act on your own. Are there any examples or prior experiences or events on which you could base good decision-making? Of course there are. People naturally shun those who repeatedly misbehave and or break the law. What if you do have someone who uses direct, focused thought to break the law? Well, people don't want that person to be their leader in anything, much less as a superior in any form. Even the court system has had to place rules and laws in effect to protect people from superiors who think like this. As a group of representatives, you owe the voters. And how do the majority of voters behave? Some examples might be that they do pay for legitimizing their property. They perform their personal duties. They do not conspire to ignore the law. And at the least, they do not try to use the name of our county to influence others to bail them out of trouble. Commissioners, your silence speaks volumes, and none of it is good. Your position affects many aspects that law-abiding citizens must apply to their lives. You can influence salaries, fees, taxes, and etc. Why would any voter want a person who deliberately ignores the law to then turn around and influence decisions that they must adhere to? Many people have to budget things. They are very conscious of how much money they must save in order to pay for specifics. Your silence ignores their struggles. And what about those folks who feel too threatened to even come to a meeting like this? They might fear repercussions from the influence and power they perceive. How many people are out there who depend on you one way or another? Your silence ignores their value and importance. If you do not speak out against the direction you are heading, your silence tells us how tainted you've all become. It's a slippery slope, a slippery slope. The obvious thoughts become, how far are you willing to cover up for one another? How far have you gone already? Your character and judgment will be questioned more than ever. Confidence won't be a word in the vocabulary of a voter. Stand up and be a true representative before you collectively destroy any respect of this commission. And much more important, before you destroy the reputation and moral fiber of your constituents. Thank you. Would you give any questions to me? Would you like to have any questions for me? I have held public office. I have done volunteer work. I have done public service. If you can't stand on your own 2 feet, you don't need to be there. And if you cannot honor the voters, you don't need to be there. It is not about you personally. You must behave for the voters. Gentlemen, I have brought copies for all of you and for the media because I do not want anything misquoted. My name, my phone number, my address is on there. The newspaper has no right to misquote anything I say. And silence might be golden as far as the paper around here being quiet, but word of mouth is much more dangerous. I graduated from Berrien Communications.
Thank you, ma'am.
You might want to get a public relations office to quell this.
Thank you, ma'am.